Hi, in this video, we're going to take a look at calculating the weighted mean of a data set. So we're going to start with an example. California, the state of California, has a mean class size of 20.9 students per teacher, and Alaska has a mean class size of 16.8 students per teacher. So if we combine the two states together, we might find that the mean number of students per teacher to be 18.85, and we get that by taking the mean of 20.9 and 16.8. So if we add the two together and then take half that result, we'll get 18.85. But is this result correct? Why or why not? And if we take a look at the two states involved, at least at the time of this video, the state of California has a much, much larger population than the state of Alaska. In fact, I believe the state of California has a larger population than the entire country of Canada. But that may not be still true. I don't know for a fact. But because California has a significantly larger population than Alaska, we can't just add their two averages together and come up with a new number and say that is the average of the students per teacher for both states. So it's not correct because, again, California has a much higher population than Alaska, and we would have to find what is known as the weighted mean. So, in other words, because California has so many more citizens than Alaska does, it has a much higher weight that is going to impact what the actual average is. And here with this 18.85, it's like it's split 50-50, which we know is not even close to true. So sometimes it's necessary to take into account how large each class of a data set is, such as the population of each U.S. state. Not all states have the same population. So if we let Wi represent the weight of each class, then our weighted mean can be found via the following formula. So it looks scary, but here's what's going to happen. We're just going to take each data value, that's the xi, and multiply it by its corresponding weight. So we'll take whatever this data value is, multiply it by its weight. Then we're going to add those results, and that takes care of this big sigma in the numerator. So multiply each data value by its weight, add the results, and then we're going to divide by the total of all the weights. So let's look at how to use weighted mean to calculate your grade point average. So you've recently completed a semester, determined the semester's GPA, and we're going to use an A is worth 4 points, a B is worth 3, all the way down to an F is worth 0. So in statistics, you got an A, awesome job. It's a 4 credit hour class. Advanced Chris Farley, may he rest in peace. You got an A, and it was a 3 credit hour class. Airplane, the movie Airplane quotes, got a B in that. That's a 5 credit hour class. And then Obnoxious Examples, that class, you got a C. That's another 3 credit hour class. So if we look at the grade in terms of 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, we have a 4 for a 4 for a 3 for B, and a 2 for C. So that's what these numbers represent in the grade column, an A, a B, and a C. The credit hours are the weights for the classes. So, and this is how your grade point average is calculated. So what we want are the totals. So we're going to take this value here, this xi value of 4, multiply it by the weight, which is 4. Do 4 times 4 is 16. Then do this next x value times its weight, 4 times 3 is 12, and continue until we get our totals of 16, 12, 15, and 6. Then we're going to add those values. So this 49 represents that numerator of sigma parentheses xi times wi. Then we are going to have to divide by the total of the weights. And in this case, the weights are going to be the total number of credit hours, which is 15. So this is exactly how your GPA is calculated. Your 49 total for the total divided by 15 is about 3.267. So your grade point average for this semester would be 3.267. All right, example 5. In a statistics course, tests count for 60% of the final grade, homework for 20%, and midterm and final exams are 10% each. And that will add up to 100. 60, 20, a 10 for the midterm, and a 10 for the final adds up to 100%. So let's say you've earned an 87% average on the tests, a 94% average on the homeworks, and a 77% average on each of the midterm and the final. What is your overall percentage? So if we take a look at the assessments, we have our tests, our homework, and our exams. Our tests, we got an 87% average on, and that has a weight of 60%. So 0.87 times 0.60 is 0.522. Then for homework, our value, our score was 0.94. That has a weight of 20%. So 0.94 times 0.20 is 0.188. And the exams, we got a 77% average on the two of them. So 77% on the first and another 77% on the second. We could break this up into two separate ones. We're still going to get the exam total to be 0.154. So again, notice that our particular values that we got are in one column, and then the weights for those categories are in the next column. So looking at our totals, we have a total of 0.864. Our grade weights add up to 100%, or 1, as they should. So to find the total grade for this class, it's going to be 0.864 divided by 1 is 0.864, which in terms of percentages, 0.864 is 86.4%. So probably a B in most cases, but an 86.4% grade in the class. All right, that about does it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.